barber. Negro flow. My bad. I gotta give. You know what I mean? Bang, bang. I don't even want to shoot this shit with headphones on. This is how excited I am, but at the same time, there is always a other side to the coin, man. Yo, I can't lie. I am ecstatic that weed is legal in New York finally. Now I can walk down the street, smoke a blunt. Now I can just chill. You can't do it in parks. Anywhere tobacco is legal. Yeah, up to 3 ounces or some shit like that. I think you can even grow it in your house. But they can't see any transactions with cash, so you can give your friend weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's fucking great. I think it's fucking awesome, yo, that we got fucking weed legal. It- all the people that are getting out of jail, my record, all the weed charges I got are disappearing. This is fucking awesome, man. It only took us but so long, and I know there's a fear that you let one thing in. They always said marijuana was the gateway drug. I kind of think like alcohol is the gateway drug, but I know technically alcohol is not a drug, right? With that being said, though, I see people being a lot happier. I see people being a lot happier walking down the streets. They give micro doses of mushrooms to military people that have depression and shell shock and shit like that. They microdose them with MDMA and mushrooms and shit like that. Yo, there's gonna be so many people that wanted to smoke weed, but because of their job, I ran into a Budweiser guy. I was smelling like a hella bush one day. You know what I mean? Walking into a Rite Aid. Budweiser guy was just like, yo, is that you that smells like that? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, B. So he got to a conversation and he's like, yo, they finally made it. They're making it legal. This was said 2 weeks ago. So my company just allowed us to smoke. Like, we good. He was so ecstatic. He hadn't smoked bud in like 20 years. Then when he finally got bud, he was mad because it was trash. Yo, fucking awesome. I can't stress it enough. I do focus. I am happy that marijuana is legal. Come on, catch me, baby. There you go. I am happy marijuana is legal. I am happy that people's charges getting dropped. I am happy that people I think are gonna walk around more happier. I think people are gonna just walk around like more happier, smiling all the time. Like how many people say they love the smell of weed? Now you can smell it all the fucking time. Salute to New York for finally coming around. It took y'all long enough. This is going to be such an economical boost. It's not even going to be funny. It's going to be a crazy economical boost. It's going to push us to the next limit as far as my man ain't here yet. As far as where the taxes and everything, but weed is what a lot of people don't know. Weed becoming legal kills a lot of weed growers because they don't always have the eligibility to. You have to now weed in order for it to be legal by state. It has to go through a whole bunch of tests to make sure nothing. It don't have nothing bad in it, no pesticides, no shit like that. It has to. There's a reason they used to call it medical marijuana because the way it was curated and taken care of is like no other. So now a regular average grower, in order for him to be a vendor, he's gonna have to pay for his weed to get tested because that's how the government makes money off these companies. You pay for your weed to get tested and you pay your taxes. For the regular guy, it killed them. That's why they got that documentary, Black Mountain, something like that, Black Skull Mountain, Black Mountain in California, where it basically says all this. People go up there and die sometimes because they go for weed and they don't come back. And a lot of those growers are protective of their places because they know what they're doing could be illegal if they're not doing it legally. You know what I'm saying? Like weed is also a dirty game. We don't see because we're smokers and we may not see what goes on the down low, but weed is a dirty game, even legal. And now since it's legal, I'd imagine the government's gonna have a bigger stronghold on it. It's not all sunshines and roses. For an eighth I paid for on the street, 40, 50, $60. Now it's gonna be 40, 50, $60 plus tax. So think about that. For the average tourist or for the average, that's cool. That's cool. But for the person that's not a tourist, for a person that works as regular, I'm still gonna call up my man's and be like, "Yo, son, throw me a O." Don't get me wrong. I will go to these spots and get legit weed, and of course, I want to smoke great shit, but it's not something that I'm gonna rely on because of the price. That price is gonna be way too steep because of taxes. I already know it is. Probably, if I'm being honest, most people should take advantage of becoming botanists right now and growing weed. If you're a smoker, grow weed in your house. Grow yourself 4 plants. It'll teach you about the plant itself. You'll get more enthused about it. Grow yourself some plants at home. You know what I mean? You don't, and then you save money because you're growing it yourself at home. Yeah, you pay for the electricity and all this shit, but now weed gets grown off of LED lights. They run less electricity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make a little spot in your room, grow your shit, and then I think you'll enjoy smoking it more because you grew it. You put your time into it. Now, I wanted to get into the other side of the coin of this weed thing. That I know a lot of people what have been preventing it from being legal here. Besides the fact that, they thought marijuana was the fucking drug that makes white women want to fuck black guys. Go see the movie The 13th. This is fucking bananas. The reason why these drug laws were even fucking created. It's really bananas. But other side of that coin, people in the streets kill each other for pounds of weed. People in the streets kill each other. We street dudes fight for territories and corners, and really think about that. Think about that. People battle it out for marijuana. There've been people getting. My man copped 2 pounds, had it in somebody's crib. An hour later, got robbed because one of the people that were part of that faction told somebody else. You see what I'm saying? It's a dirty fucking game. Now imagine, I got 3-4 plants in my house. Imagine if you even smell weed outside if you walk past the house every day. Imagine that weed plant or that vending place is in the wrong goddamn neighborhood. You see the looters and the rioters and what they do for fucking shoes and belts and all this crazy shit, right? And I'm just saying, putting weed stores, make sure that they're tip-top security people, because we want to go in there and just get our shit and be out. The way they do it in other places is really good. It's like walking into fucking Fort Knox. You gotta go to one place to give your ID, and then you go to another room, and then you go to another room where the product is. And there's not a lot of people allowed there at one time. Imagine the population with New York, though, if there's only a couple of vending spots. It's going to be crazy lines out the door, especially with COVID and everything. It's going to be crazy the way people are going to be going, like, when it's finally up and running. When it's finally up and running and there's weed stores everywhere, I kind of fear crazy people. I kind of fear people breaking into other people's houses for fucking weed now. You know what I'm saying? I kind of fear, hopefully it'll be at such a mass abundance that people won't rob other people on the trains and shit like that. Like, this shit that's been going on the trains and people bugging out and beating each other up. Now you throw weed in there. I hope we get the positive from the fucking weed and stop your shit. Stop everybody bugging the fuck out. Smoke some fucking weed and fucking relax. I hope it's an overabundance. I wish I could walk to Central Park and there's a fucking weed garden there. That's how I hope it looks for New York State. Because I think that if you have too less of it and it's in too high of demand, people are going to go crazy for it because the price is going to be too high. And I guarantee you can't use a fucking EBT card or government money to buy fucking weed. Maybe Medicaid. I could see them doing that. I think they do that in Jersey. If you legally need weed to survive, I think you get a card and you're allowed a certain amount and they give you a certain. Yeah, for Medicaid people, health people, I think they do. But I hope they bring all those standards to New York, man. Hope they do it right and don't just see us as cash cows and take advantage of us, because us as New Yorkers will bug the fuck out and take what we want as per usual. This is what the New York mentality is. So don't offer us weed, government, and do it the improper way. Don't fucking hit us over the head $100 an eighth type shit. Don't do it. Don't do it, because the streets is still going to thrive. And the streets are going to go ahead and probably get worse because government's going to try to shut us down for making the money that they think they should be making. And you see it already. Because we're not going to just take that. We've been selling weed in the streets for so fucking long. What gives you the right to come over here and make it legal and then just automatically cut us out? That's going to be a big problem for the streets. Believe it or not, whether people or not want to talk about urban lifestyle and shit like that. The truth of the matter is, I may go to fucking Julio for an ounce of weed, but 10 people Julio just lost. So Julio ain't fucking happy. You understand? And that's all my whole point. Let's be responsible. Let's smoke weed, enjoy. You remember back in the days how everybody used to go to Central Park and enjoy 420 Day? Let's do that again. Let's go to 420 Day. Let's enjoy. Every day is 420 Day now. If you ain't got weed, knock on your fucking neighbor's door. It's just like asking for sugar now. Yo, what up, Bobby? You think you can hook me up with a joint or I could smoke with you? You know what I'm saying? Don't rob your neighbor. Don't rob your neighbor. Simply ask. If everything's done right, New York State should be one of the fucking happiest states in the next. There's a reason why the Sunshine State, California, and it's not only because of the fucking sun. There's a reason why everybody's happy there. Niggas been smoking weed since like the 90s. They've been getting illegal medical cards and enjoying their shit. That energy's coming to New York, minus all that homelessness. We get it out here. Now we can get it and legally smoke our fucking Mary Jane. Let's fucking be happy and be grateful. New York State finally fucking did something that's fucking awesome for us. And let's not abuse it, respect one another, and just get high, yo. I'm out of here. It's Fuma Mucho today, baby. It's your boy, OK? Everything.